Welcome to the full boat tour of our AC-53 aluminum expedition catamaran. There's an old saying, you can't get everything you want in just one boat. Well, watch this boat tour to the end and tell me what else could you want in a vessel designed for off-grid exploration. Designed by Anton Dutoit, Aluminum 51 Catamaran has been modified to a 53-foot LOA, 26-foot beam, 3.5-foot draft, and an 80-foot mast above the waterline, all packed into an 18-ton marine-grade 5083 6.5mm package. Powered by dual Yanmar 55-horse engines, SD60 sail drives fed by two 480-liter tanks in the bilge, this vessel with a narrow hull has virtually unlimited range due to the extensive sail plan. This eco-friendly vessel with dual 180 amp second alternators, 4,000 watts of solar, no need for a shore power cord or a generator. A fully battened square top main of 120 meters square area with Antal bat car system resting on an 8-meter Park Avenue boom. At a 24-volt Genoa 70 meters square. Stay sail 30 meters square. Code 0 120 meters square for a total sail plan of 340 meters square to propel this rocket at speeds in excess of 25 knots. Join us on this boat tour and keep an eye out for the future episodes while we add the Dawn Hunter's icing on the cake. And sign up for Patreon and get added details as they happen. Well guys, it's just myself and the boat because Yana left for 4 months. She is not up for another Boatyard project.
Ha 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 ha. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, although some of you commenters saying that I should.
So as promised, we are going to do a proper boat tour of this 53-foot aluminum exploration cat that just did 6,000 nautical miles from Africa to Thailand. Let's go take a look. So I'm starting the tour at my most favorite location, which is a boarding ladder. So when you take the pontoons up on an island or when you're dropping anchor, you drop this ladder down and you get down and check things and then get back up again. We have Rockna 50 kilo anchor and 12 millimeter chain over 100 meters for proper anchoring. The lower hulls are 6.5 millimeter thick marine aluminum, and it has a 980 freeboard, which means the height from the pontoon to the upper deck is much higher than most vessels. And speaking of freeboard, in the unlikely event that this vessel should capsize, we have an emergency exit hatch, which would really be inverted from what you see now. At anchor, the hatch opens up and lets air come from the water up through the vessel. The boat has zincs and anodes for anti-corrosion, and these are over 4 years old. We hold the boat out, all we had to do is take them off, turn around, put them back on, because the vessel does not have a shore power cord, which means that straight currents in the marina are not affecting it. Also note that we have 10 millimeter breakaway keels. So the keels on each side could be broken away from the skin, and up inside there's a secondary floor that means the boat would not take on any water. Notice that the boat does not have any through hulls at all. Everything for water entrance is at the very back bulkheads. Finally, the two front bow cabins, which are storage, are watertight bulkheads. So if you would hit something in the front, the water could not go from the front of the boat to the middle of the boat. Likewise, if it capsizes, we have buoyancy in the front and the back. Although she's not really an ice class vessel, but she does have double thickness hulls at the front, so in the event you do hit something like a dock, this is what happens to the boat. Very little. No fiberglass repair here. Designed with SD60 sail drives and currently fixed props, we will be changing those to folding props. The rudders designed to support the weight of the vessel, so the vessel can sit directly on the rudders and the keels, whether it's on a beach or whether it's on an island. So the rudders also are double bearing at the upper portion above the water line, so even if you were to tear out a rudder, the boat's not going to take on water and sink. The back deck of this boat comes all the way down to the water level with a winch inside and interconnects on each side of the hull. So now we have a boarding ladder for dive platform, dinghy, or anything else we might want to do at the water level. Speaking of boarding ladders, one that you can use for exercise and strength, there's one on each side for access to the back of the boat. So let's go up. Let's get to the business end of the boat, the bow, where everything starts. So starting with the bow of the boat, we have a code 0, and we also have a 24 volt electric head sail generally. We then have a staysail, which is roller furler. So we can actually have all 3 sail playing out at the bow segment. My favorite beach boarding ladder access. We have foot switch controls here on deck for the Genoa, and the same we have switch controls for the windlass, and everything is also on the upper helm station. Anchor and windlass access for both inside and outside.
What catamaran would be complete without a net that you can hang out on or jump on? I didn't know you cannot jump on those nets. I always thought it was a trampoline.
As I said earlier, the vessel on port and starboard has complete watertight compartments. They start right where I'm standing, and inside on port and starboard is a complete from top to bottom keel, room for storage, sails, parts, etc. This could be a complete cabin for crew on each side and still room for a family. We also have 2 watertight bulkhead storage on port and starboard. So again, if you have any kind of an issue on the boat, you have plenty of buoyancy in watertight compartments. Safety is the #1 priority on a boat. So this boat has hold stations and holding locations for your safety harnesses that are inboard so you're not bouncing outside. At the same time, extremely strong safety around the perimeter of the vessel. Real business side of this vessel is the upper helm station. Let's go take a look. Now this is a proper upper helm station where I can be controlling the boat. All the winches are here, and Yana has plenty of room for her and Little Raven. Once again, safety for offshore voyages, that's the importance. So this upper helm station can be single-handed. A lot of people have asked how the 2 of us are going to manage this vessel. By having all of the controls, all the winches and all the lines here, we don't have to leave the safety and security of this area if we're outside and we're under sail. Also, have you noticed when we did the lower helm station, we have a powered traveler. So from this station and from down below, we can adjust the traveler, which is electrically controlled back here. And did I mention solar? When we were in Durban, we pulled the old solar panels off and we put 610 watt bifacials. We have 2 on the aft deck, and then we have 2 on the starboard deck, and 2 on the upper deck of the port side. So currently we have 610 watt times 6.
I love moving around when we are on the way, always. So I definitely not gonna run out of space on this boat. Unless this man puts 50,000 solar panels here, and then I can't lay anymore.
I was gonna say shake and bake, but that's for later. Because the owner that had this built has the largest mast manufacturing company globally, they have all of the best gear for sailing on this boat. So the square top sail, the Genoa, the staysail, everything on this boat is top race class, which makes her sail like a demon. We have a 3-reef sail system with a proper sail collection sack, not just a couple of lazy jacks. So this guy is made to drop and raise like that. Probably the best function of this is not really looking at the sail, it's to see what Yana's doing up here, because she's always on the upper deck running around somewhere. Let's dive quickly into the business side of this boat, which for the men, this is where the mechanic stuff happens. A proper engine room is one that you can get inside of when you're underway. You can actually close the hatch if you had to, but you can work on the engine, and you can also access everything that's inside, which is designed excellent in this case. This is the only place of the boat where there's a seacock and a water well input. It's also a location where the bearings and the rudder system support is at. So all of the water into the boat comes from either port or starboard. Huge aft deck with seating, storage, water maker, including a place for cleaning the fish and an outside shower. I guess it works. The swim platform and this aft deck goes all the way down to the water level, connecting the 2 pontoons. This is the proper dinghy lift system that we will be adding for the aluminum beam.
upgrades we knew we must do in this boat were to change this doors and window combination. This is the window and this is the door behind me. And the best part for me, the bug screen. Ha ha ha. This is me laughing at those bugs outside. One of the best things that I liked on this boat is this huge airy salon or saloon or whatever that is. It's beautiful. Look how much room it has. This one turns into a bed. We're not going to do it right now, but basically it can sleep, I think, 5 people in there. This is a huge sofa. I also love the fact that this boat has all 360 degrees windows, so you can see all around you when you're on the way at inside Helm station, or you're just like hanging out.
You know, we're sitting here talking about the whole boat and the airy design. The boat also comes with a complete skylight, so we can see the mast, the boom, everything that's happening as well above deck without being above deck. What more could you ask for? A sunroom.
And on top of this being visible, this is a high impact glass, so that rogue wake not gonna mess you up. And for those of you who are wondering what is this big metal thing, this boat has double side stays. The galley, where a woman on the boat spends 110% of her time slaving away, doing those dishes. So this galley, it's tight compared to Saba, but it actually gives you protection when you are on the way, so you're not bouncing around. I actually do like that. And we even changed the windows plus screens here in the galley. Now the cook is cool. The cook is always cool. Jokes! You miss my jokes? I love it! Everything is nice and cozy. Once we do update some things here, we are releasing the next video about all the upgrades we want to do on this boat. So don't miss that out. And transitioning to the dining table. Look how cool this is. When I saw this, I'm like, this is expedition yacht. And I'm suspecting this is going to be a great workstation for both of us. We both going to have our own side.
You know, we have a happy admiral in the galley. Well, you're going to see the second part of the boat that I like the best. So we have a proper lower helm station with full steering, lead dinging controls, radios, anchor, all of the lighting panel, the Victron, and for nasty weather anchoring, we also have the windlass and access to the chain from the inside of the boat. This vessel has a lower helm station and an upper helm station. When the weather's nasty, bad, cold, snow, rain, you can be down here completely operating the vessel, including the furling systems. You guys might be asking, what is this massive thing we keep jumping up and over and back and forth? This is a 10 millimeter thick 400 by 400 millimeter box that connects the port and starboard pontoons and is the support for the mast. So we have a box frame design in 4 locations of this vessel, which makes it super, super strong for expedition.
Dance, 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 dance,
The port and starboard design is identical, so we're going to take you on the starboard side and give you a quick peek of what's going on down there. Due to the speed and design of this vessel, the pontoons are very narrow. You're going to see that when we show you how small you need to be down here. I'm going to start with the starboard aft deck bedroom. You better really love your partner on this boat because it's kind of like a pair of sardines in a sardine can. But who cares? We're down here very little compared to all the time at anchor. You know, after being on Saba, you're used to these huge cabins and huge wide pontoons, but you're only downstairs sleeping or using it, taking a shower. So the size actually is more our style. You close a cabin door and it takes nothing to keep this cool, even with the vents and the wind.
Hey, what amazes me here is in this bedroom is nothing. It's just so small. I'm joking. It's very nice.
Because this boat was doing a lot of fishing, a lot of the floors ended up like this. The flooring on the boat is marine plywood with a Formica laminate over the top. Naturally today there's much better materials that are stronger and lighter that could be used. The walls are currently plastic that has been formed to the hull with a very thick insulation behind in all of the rooms and cabins. So now we're going to go to the starboard front cabin, which if you look at one of our last episodes, we'll put a link below. We have hauled mattresses all the way from Africa to Thailand. Anybody want to sleep? The advantage about having bedrooms this size is that you're not going to have a lot of people fighting to stay on the boat with you. They definitely would rather stay in a hotel somewhere and visit the boat. As I stated earlier, both starboard and port are identical. This is the business room of the starboard side. You're not going to fall off the toilet in this room.
So already it smells pretty bad. Bye. What's inside?
The vessel is designed with tubes that go from port to starboard and also from aft to bow. All of the wires, tubing, plumbing are all encased within tubes. Nothing is outside for straight current, eddy current, and the things that you've been seeing in a lot of the boats are experiencing. I think this is Jana's second most favorite part about the boat is she can check the holding tank by opening the door.
I actually do love it. I think it's very handy.
Checking it or cleaning it?
Just looking at it.
Strange woman. Hello, what are you doing in the shower?
I thought that was a toilet. Look at the holes down below. Great jokes. It's welcome to the shower, guys. A full standing shower with some holes down below. And also, plumbing is hidden inside, so the water is actually just flows from the ceiling, which is nice. When I'm done showering, a hot sweaty day on the boat, because there are no other days on the boat other than hot and sweaty ones. William hates when everything on the boat is wet, because I'm one of those people who don't like using towels much, so I kind of like dry myself a little and then I walk around. So William really likes this part because I can drip here and he doesn't let me to go anywhere till I drip, how is it?
Dry.
Till I drip dry. Actually, it's a luxury to have a shower like this on the boat, so we are very happy with this.
The vessel's designed with diesel and water on port side and on starboard side. 410 liters of diesel, 410 liters of water. In the middle between the two tanks, there is a well that goes down into the keel area so that if you have any water on the boat, it all collects in one location and gets pumped out. That's still part of the sacrificial keel area.
Hopefully you liked the tour. We did it as good as we could.
And yes, we are crazy to take another boat project. We just had the other boat perfect, but this is what we've been looking for since the Steel Dawn Hunter. And here we are, back in the Boatyard again.
The boat just arrived here from Africa and we put it on the hard right away so we can start tearing it apart. That's the plan, and that's why we kind of wanted to give you this boat tour to show you around and show you what is here now, what's the condition the things are. We didn't talk about upgrades much. It's because we're gonna just sit down, do a proper talk about all the upgrades we're planning to do for this boat in the next video.
Why did we bring this boat all the way from Africa? Aluminum, expedition, safety. Lower helm, upper helm. Everything else can be worked on, but you can't change a good design, and this is a damn good design.
And of course, those of you who are looking for a GRID SABA 50 with all the recent upgrades and an amazing condition, because we have had people working on it day and night, link is below.
Come along on another Dawn Hunter journey. I think of James with Sailing Zingaro saying there's sailors and there's nailers. Well, guess what we are?
Not we are, you are.
Crazy nailers. So off we go to another adventure.
Yeah, I think I'm a sailor, I'm not a nailer. I don't like doing stuff.
You are a sipper of fine wine.
You are my fine wine, properly aged.
Oh. Thank you very much.
I had to say it. Alright guys, remember to like and subscribe.
Yes, and if you have any other questions about this design and this boat, send us either a comment or send us an email.
Also guys, if you have any suggestions or ideas of what we should do with this boat and what kind of upgrades, make sure to comment them below and we might just do them.
A special thanks to all of our patrons that have been with us for many, many years, and those of you that are just with us for many, many days. Check out Patreon because I've been posting a lot of things, everything from lithium to designs to things that I will continue on Patreon, which is a little bit more engineering in depth. So make sure that you also check that link out and get more behind the scenes.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.